This video is sponsored by Caleb and Brown. They help their clients buy, sell, and swap cryptocurrencies with a 24/7 personal broker service. Sign up today. Well, looks like it's been 3 years since Bitcoin has been adopted by El Salvador. How are they doing? Well, let's go through this article to find out. So, El Salvador marks 3 years of Bitcoin adoption with $31 million in profit. Despite the widespread initial criticism, El Salvador is sitting on over $31 million worth of Bitcoin profits. So, woo! Way to go, El Salvador! Yeah, so I knew these guys were going to be in the profit. They made a great choice 3 years ago, and they are definitely showing. And especially right now, I can't wait to see what it's going to be like in 2 months again after the October starts beginning. So we're probably get a good article showing like how much profits they're in. But yeah, let's go over this anniversary article for them. El Salvador is celebrating its Bitcoin anniversary, marking 3 years since the country's adopted Bitcoin as legal tender. El Salvador became the world's first country to adopt Bitcoin as legal tender 3 years ago on September 7th, 2021 to promote financial inclusion and facilitate more efficient remittance payments and attract financial innovation. President Nayib Bukele's decision to adopt Bitcoin made the country a historic digital asset pioneer. According to Alex Malmote, founder and CEO of crypto trading platform Peanut Trade, he told Cointelegraph that El Salvador's experiment with Bitcoin can be seen as a success. The country acted as a pioneer, taking risks and trying something radically new. While it's still too early to declare whether all aspects of the reform were successful, it's clear that El Salvador has reaped some of the benefits. Now, El Salvador is in profit. El Salvador has been dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin since 2021, buying one full Bitcoin daily as part of its adoption plan. The country's wallet is currently sitting on over $31 million worth of profit, according to Nayib Bukele, Portfolio Tracker's website. Now, here he is with, who is he with? I think they're looking at Bitcoin City. Is there a chart for that? No. It doesn't say who is with. But El Salvador bought its Bitcoin holdings at an average price of $43,877 per Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin traded at $54,300 as of 10:55 a.m. UTC time today at September 7th. Now, according to Mama, El Salvador's $31 million Bitcoin profit makes the decision a net positive in the economic terms despite initial criticism, the CEO told Cointelegraph. The financial gains further strengthens Bukele's position as the initiative now appears to be yielding tangible benefits and adding another layer of validation to his bold cryptocurrency experiment. Now, El Salvador currently holds a total of 5,865 Bitcoin worth over $318 million, according to the country's website. Now, some of you out there may be going like, 5,800, that's tiny compared to MicroStrategy. They were a small, poor country, but they definitely turned it around by them doing it. They were getting Bitcoin at a very, very cheap price because 3 years ago, Bitcoin was like at 17,000, 20,000, remember those low ranges. So by acquiring this and like getting a hold of it before everyone else was a genius plan. Now, President Nayib Bukele's decision received widespread criticism after Bitcoin fell from its previous all-time high of 69,000 in November 2021. After the collapse of FTX's exchange, El Salvador's Bitcoin holdings fell deeply in the red after Bitcoin fell as low as 16,000 during the bear market. Now, why have major economies followed suit? Well, since Bitcoin's economy model benefits early adopters, crypto investors anticipated a wave of countries following El Salvador's bold decision to adopt Bitcoin as legal tender. However, only one additional country has since adopted Bitcoin as legal tender, while major economies remain hesitant. In April 2022, the Central African Republic became the second country to adopt Bitcoin as legal tender and legalized the use of cryptocurrency to bolster the economy and financial inclusion. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure you guys didn't know that out there, that the CAR, or Central African Republic, made it legalized tender as well, but they're just not so much in the news compared to El Salvador. But yeah, we do have two countries out there that have made it legal tender. But larger economies will likely stray away from Bitcoin adoption due to their dependence on relationships with international creditors, explained Mamont. He was like, the bigger the country, the less likely it is to take such risks. This is because larger economies often depend on relationships with international creditors who strongly oppose to such moves. Even El Salvador was pressured by the International Monetary Fund to reverse its decision in 2021. According to Harshwit Gangwar, the head of marketing at investor relations at Transact, told Cointelegraph that in hindsight, El Salvador was a trailblazer for normalizing Bitcoin as both an everyday currency and as a national investment. And the subsequent institutional adoption in other global regions has vindicated that decision. If El Salvador had left it until today to make Bitcoin legal tender, it's fair to say there would be much less pushback with it. Now, Brazilian lawmakers have expressed interest in establishing a legal framework for Bitcoin adoption, but concrete regulations have still yet to be developed. So maybe we'll see after this year's election and everything if Trump does get in and there is actually some crypto changes within the US, like they'll probably start pushing even more countries to adopt it. But yeah, there's other articles out there with El Salvador. We've heard that like at least even though like every single business can accept Bitcoin, only 20% of them actually do right now. But again, it's still the start. It's early. It's like if shit hits the fan, then like they're at least ready to utilize this other currency outside of the US dollar. So yeah, but that is the El Salvador news. Congratulations, guys. Keep it up. You guys are killing it. Keep doing that one Bitcoin a day because again, pretty soon it's gonna be dried up and we're just be handing out Satoshis. So just keep getting it while you can. So,